we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to the booth up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now. I got you right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Hut!
Brissett to throw on first. And right away he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Flex round!
A first down throw for Brissett. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. On 1st and 10, Brissett.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's able to find Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
56. Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Flex round!
He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Brissett.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Brissett. Henry's got it out on the left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Here's Brissett, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Brissett now on second down. 20! Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 29 yards that time. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Sturgis for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. To the 25-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They start the drive with Cook, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Gone. Pass.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. Looking to throw. Open man here is Conklin. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Reset. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
23 yards on the play.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Smith. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Smith, flushed out right. Caught left side, Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we've reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Cook able to escape, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense.
Quick strip, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Down right around the 25. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Handoff comes to Cook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A first down throw for Brissett. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. It's caught on the right side. Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Check.
They pitch it out to Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They run, Cook. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Benjamin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Watch it now, Barney!
A toss to Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 4. Watch the safety creek.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7.
Detroit!
It's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Check. Check out route. Hot. Watch twist. Twist. Shut down. Motion. Check.
Cook on the toss left. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Detroit.
Switch.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down.
Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Leopard.
Check that. Go Mike 52 right here.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And, Charles, you know what coaches always